Hello, my name is Rolf Sovik. I'm the president of the Himalayan Institute and spiritual director, but I'm also a student. And when I think of myself and my credentials, it's being a student that I like to emphasize the most. A student of the wisdom of the Gita, student of the wisdom of the Yoga Sutra, student of the wisdom of teachers in the yoga tradition. I'd like to invite you to come to a seminar based on my intuition of that struggle to learn yoga at its heart. And perhaps it may be something that you've been intrigued with as well. The idea of yoga is something contained in a text called the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. That text overviews the technique of yoga, particularly the techniques of meditation. But there is another text, equally as profound, perhaps we can't even compare them, a text which describes the nature of yoga in a way that most students of yoga are just learning to understand. That study of yoga does involve two great themes. One theme is the theme of practice. In the Gita, that's chapter 6, the practice of meditation. One of the verses is, "That place where thought comes to rest, held steady by the practices of yoga." We'd like to know, where is that resting place? And what are those practices that hold that mind steady in that place? But in addition to that, the great texts of yoga share a common theme of practice and non-attachment. Patanjali, the author of the Yoga Sutras, does talk about non-attachment. But in the Gita is where you really find the great scriptural injunctions about how to understand life, how to think about karma yoga, how to think about the karma that comes to us in this very moment, and how that karma will unfold as we go until we've lived a life that is somehow based on the principles that inspire us. These are the very things that we'd like to talk about in this seminar. And we will do that. First, to describe the nature of karma itself, and secondly, to look at how it's possible in that study of yoga to describe the overcoming of the stresses of life through the four great paths that the Gita describes: karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, and raja yoga, meditation path. So these are the themes we'll be looking at in the seminar. It's not a familiar text, however, and you may say to yourself, "Oh, I know that information." I know that I also know something about that information, but I don't know the whole story, and I find something new about that story each time I revisit it. So this is an opportunity, this seminar, to revisit an ancient wisdom, a wisdom that will be useful to you in those crucial moments of life in which you need understanding and fulfillment of the path that you've enjoyed and will continue to enjoy the rest of your life. So, please come. Look forward to meeting you, seeing you. Join us to study the content of yoga, the methods of yoga, the themes of yoga found in other texts as well, and most of all, the practice of yoga in your own life.